Hi everyone, my name is Moritz Putzhammer. I'm co-founder and CEO of Trality, and I'm excited to take you on a short walkthrough of one of our two core features here in Trality, the Trality bot code editor. So with the code editor, we aim to really shine with our core expertise, and that is to fulfill our vision to offer the highest level of flexibility and sophistication when it comes to bot creation that's available in the private trading space. The code editor is centered around a powerful API, Python API, which allows you to develop the best performing trading bots we believe out there. As I said, in the private space, we offer an ever growing array of packages and data for you. And what's really cool is that the editor is completely front-end based. So all the algorithm creation and all the backtesting happens solely in your browser, which basically means that not even we can see the ideas that you come up with. So we think that's really cool, and I highly encourage you to give it a try. Received already quite a lot of positive feedback from our existing users, and I really hope you will find it useful as well. So let's dive in. All right, so once you sign on to Trality, the dashboard is basically the first thing you'll see. Let's head over to the heart and soul of Trality, the Trality bot creator. Let's click on Create New Bot, and in a pop-up window, you will be able to name the bot and select the bot type. So you can see that this button here, which is named code, brings you to the code editor. There's another option to create bots on Trality, and that's the rule builder. This is basically based on Boolean logic. The rule builder is for you if you prefer to create a bot without a single line of code. So we can then choose an exchange to be traded on, as well as the quoted asset to be traded against. Let's choose USDT. You can also give your bot a color and then click create. So this is the Trality code editor. You have the chance of building upon some predefined bot templates, such as a template for trading on 2 different intervals or one trading on 2 symbols. But to start, let's take a quite simple EMA cross and RSI template. This is a simple trading bot used on using some TA, technical analysis strategy. Let's go through this step by step so you really understand how the algorithms are built in our Python API. So to begin with, every function that is annotated with our scheduled decorator. It's run on a specified time interval and it receives symbol data. We call these annotated functions handler, but you can name it however you want. They just have to take 2 arguments. We call the first one state and the second one data. The second argument will receive always the symbol data for your interval that you specified. In this particular bot, we trade 1-hour candle intervals and we specify the trading symbol, which is BTC USDT. Of course, as I mentioned just now, multiple symbols are also possible and could be very, very helpful. So now let's go through the 4 basic steps to go through in sequence to develop our algorithm. So in the first step of our algorithm creation, we define 2 exponential moving averages, EMA, one with a longer lookback period of 40 candles and one with a shorter of 20 candles, as well as a relative strength index indicator with a period of 14 candles. We also define that possible missing data are skipped should they occur. In a second step, we fetch a current snapshot of our portfolio on which the bot is trading, including information on the current balance of our quoted asset USDT. We also define here that open positions are always opened with a buy value of 80% of that balance. In a third step, we query for any open position by symbol. So by calling this function, we receive a Boolean value indicating whether an open position for that symbol exists or not. In a fourth step, the heart and soul of our algorithm is basically defined, namely the trading strategy. The algorithm places a market order going long if the shorter EMA crosses above the longer here, and if the RSI is below 40. And that's for the amount that we defined before under a buy value. We also define a sell logic, which closes the open position if the algorithm detects an open position and the shorter crosses below the longer EMA. And here the RSI is above 60. In the fifth and final step, we make use of Trality's all-new position management system that tracks a number of key metrics automatically for you. Super useful, and it basically helps you to query and stay up to date on things like realized portfolio P&L, individual offsetting trades such as the number of winning trades, best and worst trades return, or average profit per trade. This helps you simply get a better picture of your bot performance. So now that the basic algorithm is in place, it's time to backtest it on historical data and see how it performs. So let's head over to the right-hand side of our screen here and choose a scenario on which to backtest. As we all know, backtesting is basically one of the backbones of strategy development, and it's essential as a tool in every trader's toolbox. At Trality, this is the reason why we wanted to make it really sure that the backtester is operating as fast as possible, and that our devs basically can go back and forth between their algorithm development and their testing, and again iterate and see the results right away. I think we did a pretty good job regarding that. As you can see, you have two options regarding the time window to test your bot on. You can either enter a custom time frame, or alternatively, you can select from some of our predefined scenarios here. These are basically scenarios that help you get an indication of how your bot is performing in a bull, a bear, or a sideways market condition. I personally prefer the custom scenario, however, so let's just take one of those. Predefined is always a 1 month time window, and let's test our bot. Click start on the backtesting button here. Now, usually a 1 month time window, in my opinion, is way too short for testing. But for the illustration purposes of this video, I think it should suffice. Now, as you can see, it seems like our bot did quite well over this very short period. It generated around 12% returns, doing about 7 trades over the course of this month. But, and this is important, of course, we also have to compare it to a benchmark. And in this case, this benchmark would have been 18% return, as you can see here. As you know, we're simply in a very strong bull market at the moment, and in the end, this rather simple trading bot would have not managed to outperform this benchmark. This is, of course, I would say quite natural, and a more sophisticated bot can easily be created in this code editor. As you know, for example, you saw with our last trading competition, where bots managed to outperform, even in a strong bull market, the benchmark and Bitcoin significantly. Now let's analyze the bot in a little bit more detail. If we click on symbols here, we can see the candles on which the bot traded. And if you click on orders, for example here, you're even able to see each individual order which the bot placed and analyzed where you want to improve performance. Now, if you're satisfied with these results, you could go ahead and deploy your bot for live trading or for paper trading by clicking on this deploy button up here. Or you can do adjustments to your strategy and run a couple more back tests, and you probably should. So, just a very quick fix that might come to mind. One of the things that stood out in this strategy is that the bot only bought 80% of the current quoted balance. So why don't we just go ahead and change this so that the full amount of quoted asset is actually spent to enter a new position. I will then click on the backtesting button again on the same period and compare results. So as you can see, actually our bot already improved a bit, seemed to have made more use of the favorable market conditions by not just buying a portion of the available funds. Again, 7 trades, but this time 15% returns. Now, since we improved our bot performance, why don't we just deploy it for trading? And to do this, as I said, click on this little live trading button up here in the top right corner and select the exchange account on which the bot should trade on. Now, as you can see, the only exchange account which we already have connected to Trality in this case is already trading. So let's go ahead and add a new account. Let's first select an exchange on which we would like to trade, and we can name this account any kind of name that helps us find it later on. We then decide whether we want to be a real live trading account or a paper trading account. As I said, in this case, it's worth it, to practice first. So we'll actually go with a virtual account. Otherwise, we would have to enter real live API keys to an exchange. For now, as I said, let's go with this. And if we go with virtual, you always have to put on a certain balance of a quoted asset. So if you remember, the bot that we set up was actually USDT. So let's just go with 10,000 USDT in this case. And let's click on save and make our way back to our bot. So now we can select the exchange account we just created. Moreover, we create and save a latest version of this bot for better versioning. And in the last step, we're asked to confirm that we're aware of the risks of trading. In this case, just confirm, but only obviously do that if you are, and then hit start. So we've now officially set up our bot, our code bot on Trality for paper trading. If we head back to our dashboard, we can monitor its progress right here. The bot will now wait for its first candle information from the exchange, but after a few intervals, you will be able to see and closely monitor its progress here. Now I know I went through this code rather quickly, right? And I didn't want this to become a very, very long video, so I think it was important to just show you the most important things and walk you through the code. But another very, very important tool that I can recommend you to check out is actually our Trality documentation, which you can find here. And it's really useful because it provides you a very detailed intro into the code editor. We highlighted the most important core concepts, such as the schedule decorator, the state object, data object that I've mentioned earlier. But moreover, we really highlighted every detail of our API. And we've also compiled a very, as I think, useful cookbook from which you can build upon on the most important concepts of our API. Yeah, so that's it. We've created a very simple code-based trading bot on Trality. Obviously, a more intricate algorithm and a lot more testing is necessary to really perform, especially in these very bullish markets that we currently see. But I hope you enjoyed this video already. I invite you to try the code editor for yourself and make sure you join our community of really smart traders. We share case studies, trading strategies, algorithms, and anything else that we think might be helpful for you and all of us to become better traders. So catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.